Alright everyone, today I have a super important trick that you're going to want to start using as you get into tier 3, and I want to say as a warning here, as you get to tier 3, don't start using your materials right away because you're going to want to take advantage of this to still allow you to upgrade your gear, but also allow you to make quite a bit of gold at the same time. And let me explain this here. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself because it's really important that you understand exactly how this works so that you don't mess it up. But just as an example, you guys can see in my inventory, this is all the stuff that I got through running my tier 3 chaos dungeons, and most importantly, at the very bottom are the actual materials, the guardian stones and the destruction stones. And something important across all tiers of chaos dungeons is the guardian and the destruction stones that you end up getting while you still have Aura of Resonance, which is your 2 daily chaos dungeon runs that you can do each character. The Guardian and the Destruction Stones that you get are not going to be bound. Now, if you keep running Chaos Dungeons, any additional Guardian and Destruction Stones that you get will be bound, and you won't be able to sell them on the market. But the ones that you get for your first 2 runs are tradable. And you might be thinking, well, if you sell them, then you can't use them to upgrade your gear. That's true, but let me make sure that I explain this carefully here so that you understand that you will still be able to sell these, and you will still be able to upgrade your gear. You just have to do it a very particular way. So if you end up taking a look at the market, you can see how unbelievably expensive tier 3 materials are. And obviously prices are not going to stay like this forever, but for now they are very, very expensive because people are really trying to rush ahead and upgrade as much of their tier 3 gear as they can. Just a bundle of 10 of these Guardian Stones is 85 gold right now. And then the Destruction Stones are even crazier. They're actually twice as much. You can see that just 10 of these Destruction Stones is almost 200 gold. So if I were to sell these Guardian Stones here, I have 14 bundles of 10, so that's going to get me over 1,000 gold. And then I have 4 of these bundles of Destruction Stones, that's almost 800 gold. I'm looking at, just for a couple of tier 3 Chaos Dungeon runs, almost 2,000 gold in tier 3 materials. But again, you might be going back to that question of, well, if you end up selling them on the market, then you can't end up upgrading your gear, right? Well, this is where you have to use the second part of this little trick here, and this is where I'm going to go back to the Mari shop. And once again, every time that I talk about the Mari shop in every video, there's always a common misconception that a lot of people have that the Mari shop is pay to win, and that unless you spend real money, you can't access this, and that is simply not true. Another reminder here that everything in the Mari shop is with blue crystals. And you can end up going to the currency exchange here, and you can end up buying blue crystals with gold. Buying stuff from the Mari shop is in effect just like buying stuff from the market. It's just that there is a purchase limit of 1 and it refreshes every 6 hours. But there's nothing about the Mari shop that says you have to spend real money. You can simply end up going to the exchange here and you can end up buying blue crystals with gold, and then you can go back to the Mari shop and buy whatever it is that you are looking for. So another habit that I would recommend that you get into is, instead of looking at stuff in the Mari shop for blue crystals, try to, in your head, or if you need to use a calculator or whatever, use a spreadsheet, however you can, just start looking at things in the Mari shop as how much gold they actually cost you instead of how many blue crystals, because that's going to give you a better sense of what stuff is worth buying and what stuff isn't, and it's going to be really, really useful for this trick in tier 3 that I recommend that you guys do. So let's actually go to where we can find some tier 3 materials, and right here. So this is a great example. So if we go to the currency exchange and we end up buying blue crystals with gold, you can see right now, and again, this is going to be different depending on when you watch the video, what server you're from, but right now 100 blue crystals is almost 800 gold. So if we end up going to this item right here, which was the 200 of these Guardian crystals, which is the tier 3 crystals, it costs 60 blue crystals to get this bundle. If it costs 800 gold to get 100 blue crystals, then approximately speaking, like buying this bundle right here, if we look at it as costing gold instead of blue crystals, it's approximately 500 gold in order to buy these Guardian Stones. But we're going to get 200. So for 500 gold, we're going to get 200 of these tier 3 Guardian Stones from the Mari shop, which is 20 bundles of 10. Now, if we were to end up buying 20 bundles of 10 from the market, it would end up costing us, and let's actually go to the tier 3 materials here, and if you were to buy 20 of these bundles, it would end up costing me 1,660 gold. And I could just turn back around and end up seeing how much money I'm going to make from selling my Guardian Stones. The ones that I ended up getting from the Chaos Dungeons, basically, I'm going to end up making 3 times what I can end up buying them back for in the Mari shop. So if I sell these right here for, like 80, around 80 gold per bundle, and I sell all 14 of these bundles, it's going to get me over 1,000 gold, which is easily enough to end up buying a bundle of 100 blue crystals and enough to end up buying that bundle of 200 Guardian Stones, and I can just end up using the ones that I just bought from the Mari shop. Now, what's the catch to this? The catch to this is the ones that I actually end up getting from the Mari shop are going to be bound, so I can't end up just like doing this infinitely and then going back to the market and then selling the ones that I bought off the Mari shop. And the other catch as well is that the Mari shop, each item slot in the Mari shop only has a limit of 1. So I can only actually buy this once, and then I have to wait, or I have to go back and look at other previous Mari shops or wait 6 hours for more of them to show up. This is something that the whales, they're not very happy that they can only end up buying one of these bundles. So they're willing to go on the market, and they're willing to pay 3 times what it costs in the Mari shop with gold to buy the stuff on the market because they want to get more than that limit of 1, right? So what you will really want to consider doing is when you end up doing your tier 3 chaos dungeons, instead of actually using these Guardian Stones and these Destruction Stones, the ones that are tradable, think of these as whale-friendly Destruction Stones and whale-friendly Guardian Stones. A whale out there is willing to pay 3 times what these are really worth in the Mari shop because they can buy as many of these as they want. And you can sell as many of these as you want as well. So what you want to do is sell your whale-friendly Guardian and Destruction Stones on the market, and then take that gold and then go back to the Mari shop and buy the ones that are not whale-friendly because there's only a limit of 1, and then end up using these ones to upgrade your gear because these ones are now going to be bound. You can't resell these, but still you're going to end up making a profit. You're going to make gold doing this, and at the end of the day, you're still going to have the crystals and the materials to upgrade your tier 3 gear by doing this. Unless you're going crazy and you're buying everything out in the Mari shop, which I'm guessing that most of you guys probably aren't, you should easily be able to end up sustaining your early tier 3 upgrades by buying the actual crystals in the Mari shop without having to buy any extras off the market or using the ones that you end up getting from your chaos dungeons. So you might as well just end up making some gold from the ones that you end up getting from your chaos dungeons while still being able to upgrade your gear. So try to get into the habit of doing this. It's not as important for tier 1 and tier 2. You could still kind of use this in tier 1 and tier 2, but in tier 3 it becomes especially important with just how unbelievably expensive whales are willing to pay for some of these upgrade materials. So I thought that I would open this up as a possibility. The point of my video is I always try my best to put stuff out there that I feel like is going to help people out. You know, might as well. If you can upgrade your gear just as effectively while also making gold while doing it, I thought this would be something good to put out there that will hopefully help you guys out. So anyway, I know I explained this in very big detail, but I know a lot of people will get the wrong idea as soon as I just said, like, sell your materials, because if you sell your materials, then people are going to think, well, then how do I upgrade my gear? So I really wanted to explain this step by step in detail, how you can actually end up doing both, making gold while still having the materials to upgrade your gear. And I hope that this video helped out. So thank you guys for watching, everyone. I hope that you enjoyed. If you did, consider leaving a like, consider subscribing to the channel for more videos like this in the future, and feel free to check out the Twitch stream, twitch.tv/salt, where I'll be streaming Lost Ark as well as other games in the future. Thanks again, everyone. Take care, and until next time.